This is incredibly simple. And all trays just get dry filled. The important thing is just to have your potting soil dry. So you don't want to leave it out in the rain. You don't want it near where you're watering the house, because that changes how much soil is going to go in. It also changes the effort. You know, dry potting soil is very light, and you can fill hundreds of trays, and you're not lifting a lot of pounds, right? Right? So I'm just putting it into the cells, and then I give it a tap in case there's some air that's in there, and you can see it drop down just a little bit on the corners, and that's normal. And then I just fill those, and it's done. Right? That's everything. You don't want people messing around with it too much and getting into a bad habit of maybe moving the tray back and forth and filling and tapping, and one tap, fill it, and then you get into a nice rhythm, and your brain learns those movements, and you can do it really fast without a lot of effort. Right? So when you're moving, you know, you can really get a lot of trays done in a very little bit of time. You know, you're not going to do soil blocks that fast. I mean, the person's probably still putting the water in the bin at this point. All trays get dibbled. Anything that's receiving a seed as a transplant, it gets dibbled. So the nice thing about having just one type of tray is you can have a single dibbler. If you need more than one dibbler, you can kind of stack them up. Just put the amount number on there. Yeah, you can make these yourself. You know, these are just wire nuts. But, you know, for me, it's, if I can just have it off the shelf and it works, I'd just rather buy it. And then there's just a jig. Now you can make the jig like this, or you can actually make the jig onto the dibbler so that the dibbler fits the tray. It doesn't really matter. Either way, it works. As long as there is one. Because otherwise, when someone's getting tired or doing a lot, they're going to start to put the hole maybe near the edge. And the whole benefit of dibbling is that you're getting the seed in the center most of the time. And that's what you want. You want the seed in the center of the tray. So here, push it down. See, we got a perfect dibble, right? See, it's right in the center. No big thing. And the jig is what makes it work in the center. And so during the spring, when you're doing a lot of them, you're like, where am I going to put them all? Where am I going to put them all? We just bring in a rolling cart in here, and we just put them up on a rolling cart, and then you can just move the cart out of the way, and no big thing. We just take them from the wash station. Okay, so this is chard, which is in a 72. I don't have a seeder for this. You know, we don't do this very often, so this is just a hand seed, and ain't nothing to it. It's just one per. If it's a one per, it means go back and get a second one out if you dropped it. If it says it doesn't matter, then you don't go back and get it. So if you were hand seeding spinach, then it doesn't matter how many you drop. But you know, we've cut that out since we have the paper pot. So every tray that can have more than one seed, I believe is now, we now use the gravity seeder for. You know, this is, I always work the same, I always seed the same way, and this is so that I hit every cell, right? Rather than doing it this way once or this way or some other strange pattern, right? And this is for winter chard, so I want to make sure that I have one per, because I'm growing a plant. Dropping two gives you no benefit in this situation, just like with lettuce head, right? Two tiny lettuce heads that are fighting over the same cell is two lettuce heads you can't sell, and they're wasting space.